Let's talk today about how to use movement to 1v3. Now, there's really two main purposes for today's video. The first is what I always use this series for, which is people come to me all the time and they're like, Joe, I know the Warzone movements. I can slide cancel, I can strafe, I can jump while shooting, but I don't really know how to effectively use those to my advantage. So that is our first main goal for today. The second main goal is me teaching you how to deal with 3 stacks. All 4 of the clips that I have today are me dealing with 1v3 situations where they are very close together, and I'm using movement to play fast, get kills without taking damage, which ultimately allows me to get the team wipe. Now, the format for today's video is going to be very simple. It's the same format that I always use for this series, which is I'm going to play a clip in full speed for you to really intro it. This way you can see it. Then we're going to go into a slow-mo breakdown, paying attention to what movements I'm using, but more importantly, why I am using those particular movements. And then I'm going to roll it again in full speed for you. This way you can really pay attention to what we just talked about and see it at game speed. Let's go and check out clip number 1.
Keep your senses sharp. Tracking your location. Enemy UAV active.
In this situation right here, I noticed that there are 3 people bottom prison. Now, this is where I talk about playing a little bit more patient until I can get it down. But unfortunately, I shoot a little bit too early and I give away my position. But I do tag him a little bit. Now, a little side note here, this is why I love Combat Scout so much. I think the live ping is very underrated because right here, I can easily see that he is going to re-challenge us and I tag him up a little bit more. So now I start to reposition and challenge this other way. As I always say, you're either pushing somebody or you're going to get pushed. I want to stay as the person playing aggressive and pushing this other team as opposed to letting them push me. I want to stay in control. As I turn this corner, look at the centering right here. Is it perfect? No. Am I close and anticipating him? Yes. I strafe a little bit. I hit a lot of upper torso shots and I'm able to get it down, taking no damage here. So now I start to reposition again and notice the minimap right here. I can see this guy starting to push me in lobby. So I'm going to go ahead and use the stim as a speed boost more than anything. I slide right by him, track him really well, and notice just how lost he is. The stim play with the speed boost is very difficult to track, and I end up getting another down, taking no damage. And this is why getting kills while taking no damage is so crucial. At this point, it's just a 1v1 situation. I'm full plated, I have to quick reload, and notice the minimap right here. I can see that he's pushing in lobby, so this is a very simple reach out. I'm reloaded, I'm gonna break the line of sight, I'm gonna wait for him to get a little bit closer. Now I slide around the corner, track, and I'm able to get the team wipe right there. As I'm starting to play this back full speed here, pay attention to my pace of play and how I reposition throughout this fight.
Keep your senses sharp. Tracking your location. Enemy UAV active.
As we're kicking off clip number 2 here, which just happens to be 3 people camping in the main living quarters building. If you found that first breakdown helpful, just consider hitting that subscribe button down below. I'm a 4KD player. I do videos every single day, just trying to help people get better at Rebirth. Let's go. So in this situation right here, I know that all 3 are up there. They've been up there for quite some time now. As I approach the top of the stairs, notice that my crosshairs are out and ready to go. A lot of you get caught in attack sprint in this situation, which is why you take damage. The fact that my crosshairs are out and ready to go allows me to get the first shot, hit a lot of clean shots, get a down while taking no damage. Now, major point right here that I want to highlight. I have 58 rounds in my Owen gun, and I'm still full plated. There is no reason for me to be scared here and run. I'm still in a really good position to challenge. So I'm going to quick tack sprint and actually slide cancel around the corner. It's a super quick movement, but more importantly, it allows me to get my crosshairs down and ready to go. It allows me to get that first shot. Now, I also throw in a little jump here while shooting to take a little bit less damage, and you see that it allows me to hit those upper torso shots. I'm able to get the second down, but I do take a decent amount of damage here. Now, the last guy, I see him pushing me, and I just want to quickly address something here. First things first, I wanted the clip here. Second, I have my teammate with me. Third, if you are by yourself in this situation, you can potentially just go ahead and reposition, plate up real quick, and then re-engage this fight. You don't necessarily have to full re-challenge this. So we again do a very basic re-challenge here. Quick tack sprint to the left, and I immediately slide cancel, which stops me in place. Now I immediately tack sprint to the right, and I actually jump peek this corner. Why do I jump peek and not slide here? Sliding is for speed, jumping gives us distance. In this scenario, I need to get away from this guy. I need to get outside of the frame of his camera, which you can see that I do right here. This gives me the window of opportunity that I need to get the down and get the team wipe. So as we're starting off this clip right here, I really want you to pay attention to how I have my crosshairs down and ready to go when I am turning a corner and challenging people.
Let's go.
Let's go ahead and jump into clip number 3 here, and then the last one's actually going to be a situation where I use very basic movement to actually 1v3, but let's go ahead and watch clip number 3. In this situation right here, I know that there's 3 people on the roof, and I'm able to get the first player down just by hitting shots. Nothing really fancy there, but this is where the movement begins. They now know that I'm on the roof, so I immediately slide right to ultimately create cover between me and them, which allows me to push up and then switch guns. Now I jump peek this corner, and why do I jump peek here and not slide? Well, going back to our previous example, I need distance here. Sliding is not going to allow me to get out far enough, so I jump peek this corner to get behind cover, and I actually end up bunny hopping a little bit, which if you've been here before, you know that I don't always bunny hop on purpose. I did not purposely bunny hop right there. What it actually is me jump peeking a corner and then starting to jump while shooting. Now I have cover and a nasty heading on this team along with a decent angle, so now I just have to execute and hit shots, and that is a super quick and super clean team wipe right there. Let's go ahead and watch it back full speed.
See the guy on rooftop? The guy on your left side.
Let's go ahead and watch the last clip right here, using basic movement to 1v3. So a lot to unpack here, but I really only use 3 basic movements here. Slide canceling, strafing, and jumping. To start us off here, I'm simply playing fast, just chasing this player, and as I mentioned in a previous video, try as much as you can to jump through windows as opposed to auto-mantling through them. It just keeps your gun out a little bit more. Now as I turn this corner, I see that there is another player staring straight at me. Now I at least have 2 players, and I'm not in a great spot, so I duck behind cover. I again want you to pay attention to the advantages of Combat Scout here. I strafe to the right, and I'm able to get the first player down who is very low health. Plus, I catch a quick glimpse of the third player, so I quickly tack sprint behind cover. Now I strafe out again so that I'm not over peeking here. I don't want to put myself in a position where I'm fully exposed, and I actually catch both players right on top of one another. As I'm shooting the second player, I actually jump to the left for 2 reasons. The first is to get behind cover, and the second is, of course, to avoid a few bullets and take a little bit less damage, and I'm able to get the second player down. Now I switch to the Cooper carbine, which I technically didn't have to do, and I jump out to challenge the last person. Why do I jump and not slide here? Well, the biggest reason is I don't have enough room to slide out and challenge the guy. So I actually jump more of a jumping while shooting because I thought he was going to be straight down lane. This isn't necessarily a jump peek, but he ends up making a push behind cover. I'm able to track him, get the down, and that's a team wipe right there. I hope you found today's video helpful. As I always say, let's get better today, and I will see you tomorrow.